Good morning, NUB Nation. Here we are, another morning in the great state of New Jersey. I'm waking up this morning to greet the day. We're gonna go look at the waves, see what's going on out in the ocean. I think we have a nice calm day ahead of us for the dream. Definitely need a van cleaning session today. Let's go see what the surf's doing. Get some coffee. And like always, live the dream. It's been a weird hurricane. It's been a weird hurricane indeed. For the win! Woo! Okay, so that is a hamstring stretch. The reason I lay on my back is because stretching down and reaching down to your toes, I've been told puts compression on your spine. So I lay on my back and I pull my legs up. So what that does is stretches my hamstrings and other muscles in my legs and really helps loosening up my lower back, all those muscles that are pulling on the rest of my body. And I have a bulging L4 in my lower back. That is like my main problem area with pain. So that stretch really helps. And I also do a hip flexor stretch that really helps as well. And the Chihuahua isn't something you have to add to the stretch. Having Junebug's butt in my face is just an added bonus. Right, June? 20 seconds 4 times on the left, 20 seconds 4 times on the right, and I take 10-second breaks in between. And then I do 1 minute with both legs. And then I stretch my hip flexors. About a 4-minute stretch. I'm not going to give specifics on how to do the stretches exactly because I'm not an expert and I don't want anyone to try some crazy stuff that's going to hurt them. So what I can say is that hamstring stretch, hip flexor stretch, look them up, and this whole routine takes about 15 minutes including the Theragun, and it will change your life. So I suggest doing this. I think everybody should be able to squeeze 15 minutes in a couple times a week. I can't get this done every day even though I want to. On the days that I can't get it done, I'll do a 30-second quick hamstring stretch before bed. But yeah, it's a life changer, I'll guarantee that. Final part, and probably the easiest part and the part that feels the best, Theragun. For the win. It was a gnarly week. But look at this van. I didn't vacuum today because I know that there's some dinghy adventures in my future, and I only like to vacuum when I know there's going to be a big break in action. But look how clean she is. Just living the dream. I'm just going to put the 8 and the 9 foot in, and she's good to go, pretty much. Hit a rock the other day. These things be popping out like crazy, put it that way. So she's going into ding repair now. Not the dream, but part of the dream. Gotta deal with it. As you guys know, 2 days ago, when I took the dinghy out with Brandon and JP, the dinghy ended up getting thrown over top of a wave and almost flipped, almost fully flooded, and it filled up with water. I couldn't get the dinghy to start. It was a super gnarly situation. We brought the dinghy back to the house and I ran the motor in the backyard for a few minutes, but both times that I restarted it, it took a really long time to start. So it took like 30 pulls, maybe more, after Brandon stalled it out originally. So I got a lot of comments and a lot of concern expressing that my motor may be broken. So I obviously am very worried about that. I just paid $900 for it. So pretty much what I'm going to do today is I'm going to figure out how I can test to see if the motor is working properly. I honestly think it's okay because it started twice afterwards. However, my first car that I ever owned, I drove through a 4-foot puddle and it ran for 2 whole days before it finally died. So I don't know if that's something that can happen with a boat motor as well. I actually know nothing about boat motors. So we're gonna go out in the backyard and try to see if this thing's okay. I really hope that it's not. Thank you guys. thank you for all of the tips, encouragement, and everything to do with that video. It was a really intense situation. I thought it was, once it was kind of all said and done, and even after he initially swamped the dinghy, I kind of knew that I had the situation under control. Thus the reason that I was kind of joking around and stuff. Obviously, any other boat besides a dinghy, that would probably be a much more serious scenario. And don't get me wrong, it was gnarly. But I think I handled it pretty well. I got the dinghy in safe. Everybody was fine. I do have life vests on the raft. I have everything that I need besides a radio. Somebody commented saying I kept ignoring them about a radio comment. I didn't do that intentionally. I just never saw the comment. But I guess I'm going to have to get a waterproof radio, and I need something to bail water out. Those are the two things I'm missing as far as safety. So anyway, let's go test and see if the motor works. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Phew. Okay, so I have this thing set up. I have no idea if this is proper, but it looks to me like this is how you're supposed to clean it, the engine. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clean the boat engine right now with fresh water for the dream. Seems like she's running fine to me. For the dream, dude. All right, just jumped in the car. The tide just hit dead low about 3 minutes ago. So we're going to see what the bay and the ocean look like. Obviously, as we know, we checked the waves this morning, and Hurricane Chris did not produce 3 to 4 foot waves like we thought that it would, which is fine. We're living the dream. And yeah, I'm gonna go look at a couple different spots, because I like to start getting a read on the waves around low tide to see when everything starts pushing in and see how it's filling in. You can kind of check out how the sand has moved around, like is there a new sandbar, is the beach bigger than it was last week, you know, all this kind of cool stuff that I'm really into. I spend a lot of time doing this, researching my waves around here, and it's something that's really fun for me. So yeah, right now we're gonna go look at it. I mean, there is a small chance that we'll surf, probably just a check session. Summertime on the island, you sit at stop signs for a while. I'm just getting this coffee. Oh, thank you. I'll be out there later. Lazy day, lazy J. It's so good.
Dude.
Just scored, boys.
No way, dude. They didn't hook you up like this.
Just scored, boys. I thought I might show up down here at the beach to some surprise high tide surf, but it looks like the pattern is staying pretty consistent for this hurricane. There's not much to work with, but still stoked and grateful for all the ways that I did get. To be completely honest, yesterday morning I surfed with my family, and better than any hurricane swell I've ever surfed, because almost my whole entire family was there on the beach together, and we haven't had that in about 15 years, so it was just a really good experience. I would take that over barreling waves any day of the week, because it's so few and far between that we get to make that happen. That was a weird little bendy wave right there. That thing is enticing. Anyway, I just want to say thanks to you guys for all the stoke, all the support. Today was great. I cleaned the van, I stretched, I feel good, I feel healthy. I got a lot of stuff done on the computer, stuff done around the house. I cleaned the boat motor, it's working, so dinghy missions are still on. Everything is good, life is good. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for all the stoke. The Nub Nation is unreal, dude. 921 vlogs. How is it possible? All the support. You guys are just amazing. It's mind-blowing how fun this is, and it's just been a good ride, so it's not even close to over yet, and I just want to say thanks, guys. Everything has been so radical. I will see you tomorrow for the continuation of the dream. Nub Nation for the win.